Once you know how to create button symbols and movie clip symbols, you can combine the two to create animated buttons. Let's go ahead and see the 3 buttons that are already working in this project so you can see how this works. So right now, as soon as I hover over a button, you're going to see the movie clip on the overstate start to animate. So anytime I hover over each one of these animals, they start to move. And I've also added a sound clip so that when they click the down state, you can hear the sound of the animal. Now what we need to do is add the one for the horse, and we're going to do that by first creating a button symbol, and then for the down state or the overstate, we're going to create a movie clip. So to do this, I'm going to look in my library and I have everything organized into folders, and I want the very first frame of the button to be my horse 1 picture. So the picture that's going to start out, the same picture that will start out for the movie clip. So I'll go ahead and drag my horse onto the button, kind of get it positioned exactly the way I want it, and then I'll select all of the elements that make up that button, modify, convert to symbol, and call this BTN horse. Make sure I change it to a button symbol, and then click OK. Now I can double click inside of that button, and my upstate is just going to be a regular, static, non-moving horse. For my overstate, I want it to still have the same shape and the same text, and I do actually want to start out with this first frame of the horse. So I'll go ahead and hit F6 on my keyboard, or that's the same as doing Insert, Timeline, and Keyframe. That's going to copy everything on the keyframe before it to the over layer, or to the over frame. Now what I need to do is I need to change this from a regular old graphic symbol of horse 1 to a movie clip. And inside of that movie clip, we're going to have these 4 different pictures to keep looping and show the animation of walking. So with that horse selected, I'll go up to Modify, Convert to Symbol, make sure it's movie clip, and then type MC Horse. Now I can double click inside of there, and now I have a movie clip. You can see I have a movie clip within the button symbol within scene 1, and I can start adding my animation here. So I want 1, 2, 3, and 4 frames for my 1, 2, 3, and 4 pictures. I'll click on the second frame and hit F7 and do that all the way up through frame 4 so that I can make room for all of my horse pictures. So I'll grab the second horse picture for frame 2 and the third for frame 3 and the fourth for frame 4. Now I don't want to move this original picture because I want it to look exactly the same as it did on the outstate for the button. So this is the one I'm going to use to guide the alignment of my horse. It's easier to do this when you have the onion skinning on, and you can go ahead and stretch this out to about 4 frames so you can see all the 4 frames. So I'll click on the second frame and we'll zoom in on this and get pretty darn close, and I'm going to try to line up his eyes. Alright, so I'll click on frame 3, grab that horse, try to line it up, and then frame 4, and try to line it up. And this might take some tweaking, and you'll have to test this animation and see if he looks like he's jerking around too much, then you might have to adjust the positioning of one of these frames. So now I can go back into my button, and I have a movie clip on the overstate, and it's going to animate when a mouse hovers over it. But I also want it to still be animating when I have somebody click on the button. So I'll just hit F5 on my keyboard. I don't need another keyframe because I just want it to keep whatever was happening on the overstate. Now to add an audio, I can click a new layer, and when a person clicks on a button, I want it to make a sound. So in order to add audio to this frame, I need to create a blank keyframe, and then from here, I can go up to the Properties panel and choose the horse whinny sound, and it only brings up the sound files that I've actually loaded into my library. And now that sound is on the downstate. So let's see what we've got going. We'll go back to scene 1 and we'll zoom out and test. And now when I roll over, the horse should move. And I do see some things that I might want to tweak. There's some weirdness happening there, so it looks like I'm going to need to position this horse a little bit, fine tune it. But as soon as I press down, I should hear a horse whinny. Okay, so that's how to make animated buttons by using both a button symbol with a nested movie clip inside of it.